Hi, my name is James Briggs. I'm 36 years old and I'm from Guernsey, which is part of Great Britain. So basically at the moment I'm travelling through Europe. I have taken 4 months off for the summertime, just away from work commitments, and at the moment I'm a professional windsurfer and travelling, as I say, between the competitions. Later on this year in Skiva there is the Youth and Masters World Championships, which is an event I'll be attending. At the moment I'm just here, just training, getting used to the conditions and getting an insight into what the area has to offer. I've now been in Skiva for around a week, and so far it's just been managed to get on the water every day, so I've seen very little of Skiva. That said, I've been to the local Skiva, the windsurfing club, and that always seems to be a very friendly place. It's full of people. It's a very active club, without a doubt. And this is my first day. I've just come to the actual race site, and yeah, so I've seen where the rigging area is. There's some accommodation, and this is actually where the main marina is as well. In terms of in front of you, what you'll see that that's actually the main beach. That's where the rigging area is going to be. There are going to be a number of tents that are put up, and one of those will be for the equipment storage overnight. There'll be a race office just over on this area too, and just a little bit to the left you'll see the side of one of the actual apartment buildings which you can stay in. But also, if you don't stay in the apartments, there is some camping, so you can actually sort of stay either with your camper van, or further away you can actually put up a tent. So you have a number of different accommodation options here. And if you pan to the right, you'll see this is actually where the main sailing area is going to be, which is sort of the waters of Skiva. Well, so far I've seen some very good conditions in terms of, I've had a really good mix. We've had some light wind days from the west, we've had some much stronger winds from the west, up to about 14 meters per second. And equally, just yesterday we had some light winds just from the east, so they were up to maybe sort of 6 or 7 meters per second. So that's where the wind did fill in a bit more. So at this stage, I've seen a lot of the conditions which this area will have to offer, and that for me has been providing a great insight. In terms of the actual water conditions, whenever there's a westerly wind, which is the normal prevailing wind conditions here, then the water itself is very flat. As you get sort of further to the east of the sailing area, then it gets a little choppy, but with a steep, small chop. And for the easterly winds, which sort of don't happen quite so often, then yeah, you sort of have the same confused chop that does exist too. So it provides slightly challenging conditions at times, but as I say, with a westerly breeze, then predominantly flat water, and it's just good fun sailing. I think the major difficulties you might have here are going to be the fact that, from my perspective, I've largely done coastal windsurfing, so there you have a very true wind direction. It just sort of, it stays there, and that's it, it's one direction. Whereas here, there are some rolling hills around, and the wind kind of comes over those hills. Sometimes it'll change direction, sometimes you have long gusts that come through as well, and so a lot of it's just being wind aware, because effectively, even though this area is connected to the sea, it is inland, and so as a result you have those same difficulties that are presented by sailing inland as well. I think in terms of things to focus on before you come here, one thing that obviously just be aware of, that the wind is going to shift in terms of, you have this inland sailing, you have the small chop you have to get over sometimes, so it's not entirely flat, but you do have the small chop. So it's just having the wind awareness, being strong in manoeuvres, because particularly if there's a wind shift, you need to be able to do those manoeuvres quickly and very cleanly, and so that means you can continue at full power, full pace all the way through, and you're not slowed down by having to change your course. And also whilst I'm here, I mean, today there is no wind, it's a very calm day, but this is the first day of this. But tomorrow we've got a really strong westerly wind coming in, and so I'm going to take advantage of the fact that not restrained by the competition. And only 1 hour away we have Klitmüller, and we can sort of head there. It's a really good wave sailing spot, so I'm looking forward to going up there just to experience that.
This is how an angel does.